Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, Behind the Gamertag. For this episode, I'm going to be talking about something that affects all of us really good players in Black Ops 2, and that is the matchmaking system, really bad teammates, and win-loss ratio, and how you're really not in control of it as much as you might think. So, without further ado, I'll jump right into this particular match where it was a perfect example of how terrible my teammates were and how I was doing my absolute hardest to win this particular match of Team Deathmatch here on the map Aftermath. So far, you see that there are some teammates of mine that are on a kill streak right now. They are kind of on a kill streak, you know. They're navigating around the map as best as they can. But if you see, this is why they're on a kill streak right here. This is why they're on a kill streak. They're camping. They're camping really, really, really hard. And they're not camping because they have really high kill-death ratios and they're trying to maintain that. They're just camping and they're awful. They're not good at the game, and they camp because they think it's the best way that they can actually get on a roll and get some kill streaks. But what people don't know is that that's actually the worst possible way you can do something, because you're not going to be able to do very well in a team deathmatch when you're sitting in one area not checking your own flank. You're going to die. You're going to die straight up. And this is what the enemy team was doing. Very similarly, they were also camping and ambushing people that would run right past their sights. So this type of thing is something that you run into all the time. The only thing is, all of these guys had a terrible kill-death ratio, and I had the best in the lobby. And you're probably wondering, why is that a bad thing? It's not usually a bad thing because you could pub stomp, obviously, and that's a fun thing to do in Black Ops 2. But what the problem with that is that you're literally doing all of the work and your teammates aren't doing anything, and the enemies are really bad and doing the same thing. You know, they're camping as well, and at some point something has got to give. At some point you're going to be killed from one of your particular kill streaks and gun streaks, because you're going to get killed right by a teammate who's not doing anything to cover you. And that's why I think the matchmaking system is still slightly flawed in public matches, where whenever you're the best player, it will give you the worst players in the lobby on your team and will give you like the best enemies on the enemy team, obviously. So it's not fair, really, for someone who is trying to do well in a match and then also win the match and get a great win-loss. So obviously what you can tell is that this rant is all about the fact that I lost this match, and that was the spoiler that I failed to mention in the beginning of this match, that I ended up losing the match. I'm not going to tell you how much I lost it by or what my final score was, but it's not bad for the loadout that I was using here on Aftermath. So now you see here that I'm doing my best to try to survive. I'm getting rushed a lot by the enemy, and so I'm here trying to regain my health, and meanwhile I'm like the only guy there. There's a teammate that's taking his time to get there, but he dies, or he leaves the match. I think he ended up leaving the match. He didn't die, he just left the match. And I'm trying to do whatever I can to preserve the kill streak that I was in, and then I died. I mean, I had enough time to anchor those particular spawns so that the enemy could actually have time to spawn in near me and then back me up, but it was just not working. It was not working because all they were doing was camping the spawn area and then rushing blindly at the really inopportune moments. So now let's take a look at the rest of my teammates and what they're doing here. Let's just take a look. This guy is rushing the same area again. He had rushed this area before, not doing a bad job of rushing that area. But then just watch what happens here. He's so bent on getting to that area, and he's just now camping. He's terrible. An enemy just ran past him, and he didn't even realize what was going on. And he was camping, waiting for the enemy. So it's like, if you're going to actually camp and wait to ambush an enemy, don't let him run right past you, and then you run in front of them and then get killed. It's just, stuff like that was really frustrating me because of the fact that I was trying to keep this match as close as I possibly could. And I'm not one to really rant about, terrible teammates as much on my YouTube channel here, but sometimes you just have to dissect other players, and then you have to scratch your head and wonder why the hell the game decided to put you on the same team with these idiots. That's the issue that I have with the matchmaking in public lobbies. I will say that in league play, the matchmaking is way better. Way better. League play really does set you up with really good teams, and the matches are really close, and man, they're definitely way more competitive than public matches are. And I wish that they would do that for public matches too. I would like to have a little bit more competition and not lose matches when I'm doing well. It's kind of like a slap in the face, I'm not camping. I'm not playing really like a bitch, really. I'm using a loadout that takes a particular set of skills to use, and then my teammates are using weapons that are really good loadouts, camping with them, and they still can't do well. Those are the types of things that can be somewhat irritating, to be honest. So, now we'll just take a look more at what my teammates are doing. They're all in the same area of the map, and they're just not doing a really good job of navigating through the map. I will say that Aftermath is definitely a map where people really just don't know how to play it that much because of the fact that it's just a map that is skipped almost all the time that it's played, and it's a fairly large map. Personally, I think I'm one of the only people that like this map on Team Deathmatch. I actually enjoy playing it, and the reason for that is because I'm a really fast-paced player. I like to flank the enemy a lot, and this map lets me do that without getting into gunfights until I want to get into a gunfight. And that's why this is a really good map for that type of playstyle. And it works really well on Team Deathmatch for me. However, for a lot of people, they don't know how to play large maps or how to flank or the flanking routes and what you have to do in order to set up a gunfight in your favor. So instead, people just camp in a corner and wait in high traffic areas, and it just doesn't work out for them. 9 times out of 10 it does not work out for them. So, here, this room is highly contested all the time, most of the time, I should say. It's a room that people really try to camp in a lot, and the reason for that is because it's a room where it's easy to hold down if you're a good camper, as it were. But what I try to do is flank the area as best as I can so that people can actually get shot from behind when they try to go to that one spot. And usually they're very aggressive, and they try to keep going to that area over and over and over again. And you have to keep in mind that those types of players are the easiest to flank because they're just going to keep blindly rushing that one area to just camp it, and then if you set up those gunfights well, you'll be able to do very well on large maps like this, and especially in maps that you're not familiar with, like the new DLC maps that just dropped. They are really big maps, really good maps, and it's all about how you choose your flanking routes and how aggressive and dumb the enemy team is. But then, when you have teammates that are camping like these guys. I mean, look, they're just camping the spawn and not doing a very good job of it. They're getting picked off like frogs in a freaking bucket. I mean, they're just really getting picked off right now. And unfortunately, it ended up losing the match. I mean, that's what happened. I lost by 1 point, and I was 22-8. Shouldn't have lost, but everyone on the team was terrible. And on the enemy team, they did much better. So, unfortunately, this is the type of thing that you'll run into in Black Ops 2 sometimes, and you won't be able to control it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this commentary, even though it was a little bit of a rant. But, you know, let me know if you guys deal with this type of thing on the daily basis in Black Ops 2 as well. So until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I will catch you guys on the next video.